to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
Teyana Taylor was spotted sobbing after a shocking public statement by Aaron. He stunned everyone by boldly claiming he's now a better father figure to Teyana's daughter than Iman. The crowd around him froze in shock, and even the people closest to Teyana were completely taken aback. This wasn't just a small argument or a private opinion. It was a public statement caught on camera. Teyana's reaction came fast and fierce as she was visibly shaken, wiping away tears under the harsh lights of flashing cameras. The already complicated and messy relationship between Iman and Aaron suddenly turned explosive. Aaron's unexpected confidence in publicly stepping into a father role has sparked a fierce debate online. While Iman has stayed quiet publicly, sources say he's absolutely livid behind the scenes. The battle between these two men is no longer quiet or subtle. It's public and personal. Teyana is now caught between two forces that are emotionally pulling her in different directions, and it's beginning to show. Aaron's shocking statement came during what should have been a peaceful family moment. The entire outburst happened outside a family gathering, in full view of guests and even children. A bystander caught the full moment on video, and it didn't take long before that clip went viral. In the video, Aaron said with zero hesitation, "I'm the one who's been there. She knows I'm her real father now." Within minutes, it was all over social media, with fans and blogs posting reactions nonstop. People who have supported Iman quickly jumped in, calling Aaron delusional and out of line. But what surprised many was that some commenters actually sided with Aaron. They argued that consistent love and presence are what define real fatherhood, not blood. The statement was bold, but it also seemed designed to provoke Iman emotionally. And as all this happened, Teyana stood nearby, her face visibly showing heartbreak and confusion. The words didn't just sting, they cut deep into a situation already filled with tension. Just minutes after Aaron's comment, Teyana couldn't hold back her emotions. The cameras zoomed in as she began crying uncontrollably, clearly overwhelmed by what just happened. Her hands trembled as she wiped her eyes, whispering the words, "I just want peace. I just want peace," over and over. Close friends quickly rushed to her side, trying to shield her from the cameras and console her through the emotional breakdown. The scene wasn't just sad, it was heartbreaking to witness, especially knowing her daughter was nearby during the whole ordeal. Teyana has long been trying to maintain peace in a chaotic situation, but this moment made it clear just how exhausted she's become. Sources close to her revealed she never expected Aaron to go so far, especially not in public. She felt betrayed, once again, by someone she had trusted with her child's emotional space. The pain was visible, and it wasn't just about one man's comment. It was about the ripple effect on her family. Her breakdown became a symbol of the emotional war she's been trapped in for far too long. While Aaron shouted his opinions to the world, Iman took a completely different approach. Since the video of Aaron's claim went viral, Iman hasn't posted anything on social media or made a public comment. But just because he's been silent doesn't mean he's unaffected. Insiders say he's boiling with rage behind closed doors. A close source said, he sees this as a straight-up attack and the highest form of disrespect. Iman has been fighting to stay in his daughter's life consistently, and this public claim struck right at his identity as a father. He's now reportedly speaking with legal experts to see if there are any custody changes or restrictions that need to be enforced. For Iman, this isn't about a popularity contest. It's about truth and protection. Those close to him say he's doing everything to stay calm and composed, but he's struggling not to respond emotionally. At the same time, they say he's quietly building a response, one that could completely change the direction of this entire battle. His silence is powerful, and it's only making fans wonder what he'll do next. The internet, as expected, erupted into absolute chaos the moment the video hit social media timelines. What started as a clip quickly snowballed into a wildfire of opinions, speculation, and public judgment. Social media platforms became instant battlegrounds, with users taking sides almost immediately. Twitter threads, TikTok duets, Instagram stories, and YouTube reactions flooded in, each adding fuel to the fire. The conversation turned personal, emotional, and at times, brutal. Some users are firmly standing by Aaron, claiming that in recent months he has stepped up and shown a depth of emotional availability that Teyana and her daughter needed. They argue that he's been a stabilizing force during a time of chaos, and that he deserves recognition, if not praise, for trying to be a positive influence in the child's life. However, not everyone agrees. In fact, a loud and passionate segment of the internet is dragging Aaron, accusing him of overstepping his boundaries, being emotionally manipulative, and trying to erase the presence of the biological father, Iman. These critics argue that Aaron's behavior seems performative, aimed more at crafting a public image than genuinely contributing to the child's well-being. A tweet that went viral shortly after the video's release stated, "This ain't fatherhood, it's a performance," and it resonated with thousands, sparking a firestorm of responses. The thread gained massive traction, with many adding their own thoughts and experiences, intensifying the debate even further. The hashtags that emerged, Real Father, /Protect Tiana's Daughter, /Stop the Performance, quickly began trending. Influencers, bloggers, and even celebrities began weighing in, each offering opinions that ranged from thoughtful to outright savage. Some expressed disappointment in the entire situation, urging all adults involved to take a step back and think about the child's emotional well-being above all else. Others went further, demanding that Teyana distance herself from both men entirely, arguing that neither of them seems focused on the real priority, the young girl at the heart of all this. Several commentators expressed concern that the child might be used as a pawn in an increasingly toxic public feud. Many fans, including mental health advocates and child psychologists on social media, have started raising red flags about the long-term emotional consequences this situation could have for the child. In their eyes, this very public back and forth is creating an unsafe emotional environment. The idea that a child is growing up in the middle of a social media war, where adults are more focused on optics than resolution, is deeply troubling to a lot of observers. Videos, posts, and live streams are being scrutinized not just by fans, but also by the media and likely legal professionals, raising questions about privacy, boundaries, and emotional stability in the child's home life. As the drama spills over from gossip columns into serious public discourse, the potential for legal consequences has become very real. Insiders suggest that Teyana may now be forced to go back to court, this time to define or restrict Aaron's access to her daughter, or to set clearer legal boundaries about his role in her life. The comments he made in the video, interpreted by many as crossing a line, may serve as evidence in a future custody-related dispute. If Aaron is perceived as creating instability or emotional confusion, it could put pressure on Teyana to formally limit his involvement. At the same time, Iman, who has largely been painted as the absent or problematic parent, may use this incident to reframe his image and potentially seek changes in custody arrangements. Legal experts suggest that his team could present Aaron's public behavior as a threat or emotional manipulation, thereby building a case for more custody protections or even increased visitation rights. Both Aaron and Iman now face legal scrutiny, with attorneys likely monitoring every public comment, social media post, and digital interaction for anything that can be used in court. These aren't just viral moments anymore. They're potential exhibits in an escalating legal conflict. Teyana, meanwhile, is caught in an increasingly complicated situation. As a mother, she's expected to prioritize her daughter's well-being above all else. But doing so while under public surveillance, legal pressure, and emotional stress is no small task. Reports indicate that her legal team is already taking steps behind the scenes to mitigate further fallout, possibly preparing for emergency hearings or modifications to existing custody agreements. Teyana could be required to testify about Aaron's influence on her daughter, about Iman's role as a father, and about how this entire situation is impacting the child's emotional health. What makes this situation so volatile is that every person involved has something major at stake. Careers could be impacted, especially in the entertainment and influencer worlds, where public perception often directly influences opportunities. Reputations are on the line, as each party is being judged not just for what they say, but how they behave in response to the mounting pressure. Relationships, both public and private, are under strain. And perhaps most importantly, there is the looming question of public respect. In a world where people cancel or defend based on a single tweet or viral video, the wrong move could cause irreversible damage. Right now, the world is watching. All eyes are on Teyana, Aaron, and Iman, as this situation teeters between public, spectacle, and legal crisis. What began as a personal conflict has become a full-blown public incident, complete with emotional stakes, legal threats, and a divided audience. It's no longer just about who's right or wrong. It's about what's best for a child growing up in the spotlight of chaos. For the internet, the drama might be compelling content. But for those involved, especially the child, the consequences are very real, and the decisions made in the coming days could shape everything that happens next. Aaron's claim has pushed the drama into dangerous new territory, and it's clear there's no turning back. Teyana's breakdown made the pain, visible in a way words never could. She's hurting, exhausted, and trying to protect her child through it all. Iman hasn't said a word publicly, but that silence is echoing loudly across media outlets. Everyone is waiting to see what kind of move he'll make next, whether it's legal, emotional, or something unexpected. What started as a custody issue is now a three-way emotional war playing out in real time. And in the center of this firestorm is a little girl who just wants peace, love, and security. It's no longer about who's the most popular or who makes the best statements. It's about responsibility. The fans are starting to speak louder, demanding maturity, healing, and protection for the child's well-being. Teyana is facing her hardest test as a mother, and the world is watching every tear, every move, every post. Will Aaron walk back, his comment, or double down? Will Iman respond with class or fury? The story isn't over yet, and what happens next could change everything.